Welcome into episode 4 of the Chicago White Sox rebuild, where today we have another fun one as we have reached the first off season. The off season is always one of my favorite parts of doing rebuilds, and I think we should have a pretty interesting off season upon us here. Now, obviously, the team did finish 70 and 92, so definitely played worse than we have played in real life, which again, I expected just with the ratings in this game not being quite accurate to how well our team has played, here this summer and in the spring as well. But that is okay because that gives us at least another season or two to continue to improve this team before we go contend for a World Series. Now, where we left off last time, I told you guys I was going to figure out where I wanted to improve this team. And the way I did that was going through some team rankings here and looking at a few different categories to kind of get an idea of what we do need to get better next season. Now, just looking at it from a purely offense and pitching perspective, we scored the 27th most runs in the league, which is obviously very bad. And on the flip side, our ERA did finish at, I do believe it was 19. So the pitching, which is kind of crazy because in real life it's the exact opposite, but the pitching actually outperformed the bats, which definitely did not be something that I expected. It caught me off guard quite a bit. This team did finish 28th in both slug and on base percentage, so there's no real need on the roster. Like, we don't need a contact guy or a power guy. We just need to be better. It's as simple as that. But while the ERA was higher than the runs we scored, it still wasn't good. It wasn't even top half of the league. So we will absolutely look to add pitching as well. I just think we'll probably focus more offensively this offseason. Now, it's kind of tricky to upgrade this team because guys like Sam Antonacci and Miguel Vargas are the main two I'd point to for something like this. These guys, Vargas is our all-star this year. He's been incredible, one of the best third basemen in baseball this season. And Antonacci has been outstanding, both offensively, defensively. He has an 800 OPS. He's played very well in left field, plays a good second base. These are guys that I think will be in the White Sox lineup for a long, long time. And there are guys that you look at here in the game. You go, okay, 74 overall, see potential, OPS of 627. That's tough to build around. So the first thing I will look to upgrade will be left field. Antonacci will absolutely remain on the team. It's just he may be in a platoon role instead of an everyday starter like he is in real life, just because the game's ratings aren't accurate and we have to improve. My second priority here will be to get another starter with good control. We did finish 29th in batters walked. And while there's talent here with, all these guys we've gone through already, I do want to add one more starter. Right now, I'm kind of thinking our rotation is going to be like maybe Davis Martin, Sean Burke, Hagen Smith, Sandlin, and then one more starter that we'll add. And then we'll start Noah Schultz in long relief and see if he can kind of get going, bounce back a bit. And I don't plan to add anybody really long-term there because we have so many good young arms. But we will see if we find a good fit, we may, sign a multi-year deal. Now, the next two are my 3 and 4 priorities, and depending on who's available, one of them will obviously be more important than the other. But I just want to add some depth and find backups in both the inner infield and the corner infield. So obviously, going into the next year, Murakami, Maedroth, Vargas, and Colson will continue to be our starters in the infield. But you look at Jacob Gonzalez, and he's been pretty good in real life, or at least he's starting to come on here. 496 OPS. This is just not going to work. We've got to be better at that position. And then we also had Tim Elko here, who OPS of 533. These numbers just aren't going to cut it. Now, after that, I do want to add a center fielder. I think Max Clark will need to start at AAA just because he did not hit the ball very well here in Charlotte. So I want to add somebody here, and, we'll see how this thing shakes out. But Derek Hill was not very good in his limited time, and Brooks Baldwin was solid, and he will start for depth with us next year probably. But we do need to improve there, at least for the time being, while Clark continues to develop. And that's kind of the idea with left field, too, because right now I'm thinking Lance Beam will move over to left and Braden Montgomery is hopefully the future in right. But again, I don't want to start Lance Beam up, even though he could. He's a rookie. I want him to spend some time in AAA first before we get into the majors. And lastly, I want to add a relief pitcher who is a left-handed pitcher. I don't really have any particular desire for what they do well, just someone to help with this rotation that, pitched very well, but isn't a very high overall. We're going to move Grant Taylor to closer, add one more arm there, and I think we will be good. While I look for those outfielders, I will be looking for people who can hit left-handed pitching. We have a lot of lefty bats, as I've mentioned previously, so want to find some more right-handed bats who can hit lefties well, specialize in that area. But those are the six we are after. So I will see who we prioritize where, but I will probably actually go with left field first, starter, and center field, and then we'll get those backup infielders and a bullpen arm in that order. Hopefully, it's kind of the idea. We'll see who's available. I'm excited. We have money to spend, and we will definitely not be too cheap. But again, not anything crazy. We're not going to get Scooble or anything like that. All right, here are your yearly awards and postseason for the first season. Now, I did forget to record my audio for this portion, so I apologize about that. I'm just going to voice over what happened real quick. Teoscar Hernandez does win World Series MVP as the Dodgers defeat the Yankees in the World Series. Ohtani and Judge win another set of MVPs, but deservedly so. These guys played great baseball this year. Max Fried and Christopher Sanchez do win Cy Youngs in their respective conferences. And then when it comes to the White Sox, Murakami did finish second for Rookie of the Year in the American League. Colson Montgomery finishes second for Gold Glove here at shortstop in the American League, and Antonacci finishes third for Gold Glove in left field. All right, and here is the postseason. So as I mentioned, the Dodgers did beat the Yankees in the World Series, but they actually did sweep the Yankees in the World Series. And then feel free to glance around if anything else interests you here. So that is the awards and postseason. I will try to remember to include this in each year that we do this rebuild. But now let's go ahead and move into free agency where we do some decent work here, and I'm excited for you guys to see it. Okay, here is the first wave of free agents we are going to prioritize here. Taylor Ward, first and foremost here. He hits lefties very well. He is 33. So I don't want to sign him for longer than 2 years, but I do think he could have value for 2 seasons on this team. Shane Bieber makes sense to me here. If I can get him below $20 million a year, that would be awesome. He has outstanding control. Very rarely does he walk players in this game, and that's what we really look for. I mean, we need a guy who can kind of stabilize this rotation a bit. They're very young. They all have pretty good strikeout stuff, but we need a guy who can come in and just not allow guys on, not give out free bases, and Shane Bieber here at 31 years old, B potential still makes sense to me for that. Now, 4 years would be about right. I don't want to do too much more than that just because we have so much young pitching. But he was outstanding last year, and I would love to add him to this rotation. And then Cedric Mullins was not the guy who I really wanted. He's a left-handed bat. I talked about wanting to get some right-handed batting in the lineup. But the center field options were really not very good at all. And I just do not want to go into the year without a guy there before Max Clark gets called up. So I think we bring in Cedric Mullins here, try to sign him to a 1-year deal, see what happens. But if I have to trade him at some point after Clark gets up, that's fine to me, I think. So these are the first 3 guys we're after. We'll see if we can get them all to sign. That'd be great because it's kind of a pretty thin free agency pool. Not a lot of guys that I'm in love with out there. And if we get these 3 to sign, we'll go after some infield backups, a left-handed bullpen arm like I mentioned, and we should be good to go. Whoa, this is a big trade. Hello. So the Dodgers get a lot better, but they give up 2 big prospects. Dalton Rushing, while he does appear to be kind of an ass, I think will end up being pretty damn good. Jackson Ferris is also a big-time pitching prospect. Tanner Banks, former White Sox friend, man, this is a big trade. And here we go. This would be for, I do believe, Bieber, I think. Looking for a pin here. And we get him. I believe this is Shane Bieber, right? Yes, it is. Awesome. That is a great start to this offseason. I think, while the rotation was good, like I mentioned, we really could just use a veteran presence who can help stabilize things. That's a big get for us. All right, good news here for us. Scooble does leave the division. He's heading to Toronto. I think this could definitely happen in real life. Feels like Toronto or the Dodgers or I don't know. Those 2 seem like pretty likely options to me. I don't think the Mets are going to be looking to spend that much more money anytime soon after this disaster of a team they currently have. Maybe the Yankees, I don't know, but one of those 2 teams feels likely, and this makes a lot of sense. There goes Chris Bubich to the Brewers. I believe he was a Royal still. Yes, he was. So, hey, couple of good pitchers leading the division. Can't complain about that. Oh my God. What the hell is this? Holy cow. Royals fans would be upset about this offseason. Let's see if we can get Taylor Ward signed on. We're right there for him. I think we're going to get him here shortly. We really could use him, so hopefully we can. All right, here is our inner infield option. And not only that, Isaiah can play quite a bit of different positions. He is quite a bit of a utility man here. But I do think he does have a nice role on this team. Got him for 1 year. His bat does play very well against righties and is serviceable against lefties. Good field. And as you can see in the top right there, plays all over. Still going to go find a corner infield guy, but this is a big time hole filler for us as we had quite a few defensive liabilities. This should hopefully help a bit. Okay, surely this is the week we get Taylor Ward. Oh my God, come on, man. Oh, hell yeah. Yeah, I found the guy we're going after here for the backup corner infield. Romy Gonzalez, former White Sox legend. Are you kidding me? Look at those hitting stats against lefties, too. This is perfect. Yeah, we're bringing him home. He's a priority. All right, popping into the draft lottery. In real life, in this draft, we cannot get better than the 10th pick, but hopefully, with the way we're playing, that shouldn't be an issue, which is nice to say. It's been quite a while since that hasn't been an issue for us. So let's see where we are selecting here in the game. Have the best odds for 7, and we stay put at 7, which is a good pick. Happy with that. No complaints here. All right after I give my face cam a break before it blows up, Cedric Mullins does sign on to a 1-year deal. This is a perfect fit for us here. Can just fill this gap for us for the season. And once Clark gets up, if that is before the deadline and he's playing well, maybe we move him. He can play all over the outfield, I believe. So this is a pretty good fit for us. All right, then hopping into the rule of 5, we do have one available spot in case anyone here is enticing to me. I don't really see anybody right away. And we will go ahead and pass on taking a selection here in the rule of 5. We still have a lot of money available. Obviously not going to spend all of it. But we don't really need anybody there. And there wasn't a good fit for us, I didn't think. Okay, Taylor Ward is getting some interest. So hopefully very, very good. We do land our guy in the outfield. And our team is starting to look a hell of a lot better with the guys hopefully taking steps, natural progression, adding these veterans in. You've got to like your chances to be a playoff team. And on the note that I have quite a bit of money, we are going to go ahead and pursue Matt Strahm. I would love to have him here for at least a season, especially if we're getting competitive. He would be a great addition to this bullpen. All right, Strahm does sign on. That immediately makes him a top 2 arm in our bullpen. I mean, he's probably the best arm we have. Taylor was amazing last year, but I got to be honest. I love the way this offseason is going for us. I haven't missed on any of my targets yet. We're not swinging for the fences here, as I said we wouldn't, but we're getting really valuable pickups. They're going to help quite a bit. And here is the last signing of our free agency period. Romy Gonzalez coming to back up Murakami, and Miguel Vargas can also play some inner infield as well. The good news is we have some versatility, some better bats. We don't have guys who are going to be backing up with an OPS below 500 this season, hopefully. I hope to not see that again. So this should be really it for us, I think. We'll see where we're at here. I may do spring training in this one as well. I got to see how much longer I have left on my footage, and then we will maybe hop in. All right, I am going to go ahead and simulate through spring training. We'll hop into some moments here. Going to leave it off there, though, if we get any, and it looks like we do have a pitching opportunity with Grant Taylor. Let's go ahead and see what he's got going on. All right, Taylor is officially our closer. I did move his position. He went up to an 83 overall with the position change as he throws in a nice fastball. Mookie Betts is 4 for 4 today. We'll have to be careful with him. Man, that cutter's gross. Let's drop off the curveball. Oh my God. That continues the trend of me hopping with Grant Taylor in the softest hit ball, getting a hit every single time. This is insane. I mean, it seriously is like, it's like he's cursed every time I hop in here. Bloopers, just rollers up the middle. He's not pitching poorly. And there he goes. Now into just getting shelled. and the Dodgers win. I might have to just leave Grant Taylor alone, let him do his thing. This is crazy. Ooh, Sandlin out for 2 to 3 months. That is interesting. He was probably going to be in our rotation. That's not great. I will leave Grant Taylor to do his own thing here. As we're not getting many moments, and because of that, we will see what Everson Pereira can do here in the bottom of the ninth. We probably will stay in if he does not have success. El Cozan got Phil Maton on the mound. Let's see what we can do. All right, Maton is pretty nasty, especially here in this game, as Pereira nearly wears one. All right, down 1-2 here as I'm doing Pereira no favors. With my swing selection, and he will sit down on a sweeper. It is late. I am tired, and I have not played for a week. Just leave me alone. Jacob Gonzalez steps in. Not sure if this is his first appearance here in spring training, but he does not have a hit, it appears. I wanted him to work as our backup, but he really has not done much for us so far. 1-2 count here. God, that curveball's gross. Oh my gosh. And Maton is loving it. Spring training, dude. Calm down. All right, Antonacci will step in 1-for-1 today. Would love a knock here to tie this thing up. As he'll take the first pitch for ball one. All right, seeing a few pitches here. Got to protect. And I will once again swing at a ball that is in the dirt, and the Cubs will win. I'll tell you, before opening day in the next one, I will have to hop on and play online a bit before we get started. Cannot do too wrong by these guys. All right, we'll have a chance to hop in with Cedric Mullins, our new addition, and we absolutely will with Tony Gonsolin on the mound here. Looks like Mullins has not hit the ball super well this spring, but maybe we can turn that around here. All right, down 0-1. Wonder why he has a strike. I do not know. It was not my fault. Good take there. Great take. And I will swing through a splitter. Very nice pitch mix there from Gonsolin, and Mullins will be retired here in the seventh. I mean, again, he is fired up. I mean, it is spring training, guys. Relax. All right, we'll see if we can get a third home run with Brooks Baldwin. I would not anticipate that I can, but I sure will try. Brooks has a over 1,000 OPS here, 7 home runs in spring training. That is incredible. He will absolutely have a great chance to make our opening day roster as we are behind a sinker there. And he will work a walk. All right, 3 more games here. We will see, and no more moments. So pretty quick spring training. Does not surprise me. Just wanted to go ahead and get through that and see if you guys take a few at-bats, a few pitches, But that is going to do it for me in this one. At the start of the next episode, it will be year 2. We will go over the prospects. We'll set the lineups, the 40-man, the 26-man roster. We will look at some of the spring training stats to start just to see, like competition in the outfield or the pitching staff, who played well. They may earn a job based on that. But otherwise, we'll get our prospects aligned where they need to be, and we will hop into opening day. That will be the main thing as it was in episode 1, just now here in year 2. I also did want to mention that I do have some lighting on the way. I know it's very dark here. I'm recording this one pretty late. It's kind of why I've been a bit quieter here this evening. I had some files get corrupted earlier, so I had to make this work. But yeah, and the next one, things should look better, sound better, and hopefully the team plays better as well. But thanks again, guys, for watching. If you enjoyed, please let me know down below, and I'll catch you guys all in the next week.